Welcome into week 4 of the NFL season. We're going to preview the games this week. We've gone live the last 3 weeks. Unfortunately, we will not be going live for 5 weeks, but that's all right. We're still going to hopefully catch you every week. This weekend, I'm heading to Kansas City for the Chiefs-Ravens game. Should be a good one tonight. Joining me on the podcast, Stephan, how are you? You're here with your fresh power ratings.
Yeah. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Y'all being just me
It's
here.
just you, yeah. And the millions of people who will watch in the future.
Naturally. So how has the season been going for
Naturally.
you?
Oh, ho hum. Last week was
Oh,
awful. It was just, I got varianced so bad. It's funny, like you look down at halftime, and I'm like, okay, we're in a good spot.
uh-huh.
The Everything's working exactly how I thought it was going to work. And then I don't know, the last 5 minutes of every game was just terrible for
Horrible.
me. Oh, I was on the
So
Rams
I
so
know you had
hard.
the Rams. Yep.
Oh, it looked
That
great
was
for
tough.
59 minutes and 50 seconds.
As Sam said on College Football Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago, we're learning. We're learning things today.
What did we learn? We learned that variance happens. I already knew that. Don't take my money.
There are things to
Yeah,
take advantage from that Rams loss though.
and I think actually more of a thing that we could take advantage of are teams like the Steelers, where they won solely off of bad fumbles in the end zone. Right? I think there's a lot of luck involved in that. Now, not to take a lot away from their defense, but I think we can take a lot away from their defense. Right?
Yeah,
Fumbles
Steelers,
are, yeah,
they won the turnover battle by 5, didn't they?
it's something ridiculous. They are not a good team, and the only thing that's keeping me from betting the Vikings right now is knowing if JJ is going to play or not. They're overseas this week.
Yeah. The only thing keeping you from betting the Vikings.
Yep.
Okay. So if he plays,
I don't think I can bet him.
yeah.
I
So what
think
is the
I actually
line?
want the backup here. I want someone with more experience.
What is the line telling you right now? Who's going to
The
start?
-2.5 for Minnesota. I don't really know. I think people are betting Minnesota regardless of the quarterback.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I don't know what the opening line was. But we had a lot of false wins, a lot of variance. Um, Wins that should not have been wins. So I think that does open the door for opportunity in the future. It just sucks that some of my bets lost. But that's betting. That is
Stephan,
the risk to it.
so you heard this, I'm sure. The percent chance for oh god, I have so much to talk about in this Rams Eagles game. The percent
99.9% chance to win.
yeah, crazy, right? So, let's set this up. Eagles up by 1. I don't know how many basically no seconds, right? It was 2 or
Yeah.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
Rams kicking a field goal to win. The distance wasn't overly 40
44
yards.
yards.
Yeah.
It was 44. Yep.
So, oh my god. So it gets blocked. That was Jalen Carter that recovered it, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
He runs it back for a touchdown, which was, aside from the betting and the spread, a horribly stupid play.
Yeah, I'd say if there was a minute left, or that it's a it's not a good play.
I mean, if
I
he
wouldn't
goes
call it
down, the game's
horribly stupid.
over.
Yeah.
There's no reason to run it back. You risk
Pride.
fumbling, getting hit from
Yeah.
yeah. That's the
Yeah.
reason. You're right. But
Yeah.
for your team winning the game, there's no reason to run it back. In fact,
Yeah.
that's
There's no reason.
no.
Maybe he had money.
Well, the NFL is rigged, as we know.
Yeah.
Rigged.
Yeah, of course. There's variant. It's a high variance sport, which is amazing and terrible sometimes. It's why I love the game. It's why I hate it.
All right. So I got another one for you. I saw
Okay.
on Twitter or X, there's a video of a guy watching his TV as the Rams were lining up for the field goal.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a broom, like he's waving it at the TV, like pretending like, oh, I'm going to affect the kick. Like, I kind of like those videos. That's funny.
Yeah.
Right. And then he retweeted and said Eagles -3. I think it was -3.5 was the spread. Yeah. Check. Like he won his bet. Okay. So he was rooting for the field goal to be missed so he could win his bet. But you don't win your bet if the field goal is missed.
No, you have to
Get it blocked or
only have exactly what happened happen. It has to be blocked and run back for a touchdown.
Yep. And if there was more time, I'm having trouble remembering. Say there was 10 seconds left on the clock. Like you actually
there's 10 seconds, right?
Okay.
It was at 0 when
it was. So
Carter's running
the rest of my point doesn't matter. The rest of my point is going to be, well, you'd want him to hit it so you have a chance for one play, right?
Yeah.
But that was just blew my mind. Incredibly stupid.
It was because of him, the broom.
Yeah, certainly. So that leads me to my next point.
Okay.
This week, the Bills are playing the Saints.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know, 15, 16, 17-point spread.
Yeah.
MGM, one better at MGM has wagered $90,000 on the Buffalo Bills to win $4,500. What is your initial reaction to that? 90,000 to win 90,000 to win 4,500.
Is it Fez?
Oh, I don't know.
It seems like one of those Fez bets.
Yeah, where he lost the Purdue 1 seed.
Yes.
$90,000 to win 4,500.
So New Orleans is an interesting team because I think they're probably better than the consensus. I was all over Seattle this week just because New Orleans was their first 2 weeks were at home, right? So you got a fresh quarterback, someone not a lot of experience. You got a fresh head coach. There's a lot of safety in starting at home versus going on the road and experiencing that whole aspect of things. That is a tough spot. And they lost within the first 3 minutes of the game. Right?
Yeah.
It was 14-0 after 3 minutes.
I couldn't believe when I checked the score. Yeah. I think the first score I saw was 28 maybe they had in the first quarter.
So that being said, I can't imagine them winning in Buffalo. But my numbers have it as the best advantage to bet on New Orleans this week on the spread.
Okay, what do you make the spread?
my lame and shitty my numbers here have it at Bills -11.
I gotta tell you, I think it's too high. I think the number is too high.
Yeah, I mean, it setting your own handicaps are, I think, both an art and a science.
Can you give us a high level? Finish your point. Sorry.
No, I'm not too much more point on it. It's just it gets really hard on these edges where you have really high spread to deal with.
Yep.
Who knows? Yeah.
Well, and I think if you were doing this as a percent chance to win, aka money line, like the money line difference between 11.5 and whatever the spread is, 15
16
and
and
a
a
half,
half is what I've got. Yeah.
it's not as many percentage points, right? So it's a lot closer than going from a -1 to a -6.
Yeah. That is an excellent point. Yeah. So,
And, to some extent, you want to be close to the market number because you're doing something right. But you want to be off market at some points, otherwise you'll have no opportunity to place bets. So it's a weird balance, right?
yeah. And as I go through the season, like last year was the first year I started doing this. And mid season to late season, if it was more than 2, that was like an eyebrow raise moment of,
Yeah.
okay, my number is I'm probably missing something because
Yeah.
2 was the high end of edge for me. And I say edge loosely, but
Yeah.
that's where it was like my number one difference to the line.
Well, this shows you how hard it is to bet spreads and totals in the NFL. Honestly, if you're getting in this to make money, I wouldn't bet spreads and totals.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's much more money to be made on non-parlay player props.
Yep. So, can you give us at a high level how your model is designed and how you
Yeah,
adjust?
yeah. So I started the model just off of a linear regression of all of the betting odds from week 1 to week 17 preseason. And I did that like a week or 2 before the season started, and it gave me a power rating of offensive and defensive um, ratings of, if both offense and defense were 0, then that was average, and anything above that were the point difference that you could add to spread or subtract from spread. So that gave me my initial power rating, and then every week I go through and I make adjustments to both sides of the ball. If there's an injury or if a team underperformed, I'll move the line down. Typically, you don't see much adjustments more than um, a point for performance. You'll make bigger adjustments on players like Joe Burrow going out. You'll adjust it much more. And I make notes of, is this a temporary adjustment or is this kind of where I see the team kind of more of a permanent stance. So, and it is a best guess, but
Yeah.
it gives me a good direction to feel a team out and um, kind of look at a, I don't know, like gives me a non-biased way of looking at spreads, right? You don't look at the matchup as much. You compare the teams, you make your decision on the teams and then compare. And I think it's nice to look at it from that angle. Gives you a different perspective.
Nice objective perspective. So let's take an example of an adjustment you might make. So the first game that comes to mind was the Monday night game, the Ravens and the Lions. So I don't think anyone would say the Ravens have less of a chance to winning the Super Bowl because they lost, what was it, 38-30.
Yeah.
My guess would be you probably adjusted the Lions up and maybe adjusted the Ravens down because of their defense, or maybe you didn't
Yep.
adjust the Ravens at all. So what did you do with that game?
Yeah, I moved these a little bit more aggressively because I thought that I might have had, let's see, I moved Baltimore's offense down about a half a point, and I moved their defense down a smidge. So I moved them down almost 3/4 of a point, which is fairly big, but I think I had them like over by a lot. They're still ranked number 1 with that adjustment. So I think this is a better balance, right?
Yeah.
And then Detroit, I moved them up almost 3/4 of a point. I was really impressed. Of course, the run game looked incredible.
Yeah.
I was really impressed by their defense. Like they put pressure on Lamar, and Lamar is not only the best, like an incredible rusher, but he's really, really. I think he's underrated as a passer. He's the most accurate passer in the league. So their ability to get on him, and I think they sacked him like 5 times.
I think that's right.
Was really impressive for a team such as Baltimore.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you mentioned your biggest biggest variance this week is on the Saints versus the Bills, right?
Yep.
So your numbers are showing the biggest value on the Saints. Not necessarily saying you'll bet it, but what else do you got? What's your second, third?
Well, and looking at Buffalo and New Orleans, I made
Mm-hmm.
no adjustments to either team. I couldn't make sense of so Buffalo didn't cover the spread. I think it was probably pretty close. I think there's a lot of motivation on the Miami side. Motivation's a weird thing it is the art versus the science of things, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I just didn't really know how to move that. I had the week before adjusted the the Buffalo defense down some on their defense just due to their injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. I'll have to check later in the week to see if those defensive players come back because that'll make an influence on this. I assume that they're probably coming back this week, given the line difference. But yeah, I didn't adjust either team, so. But I think I don't know. I think what happened in Seattle was a lot of variance too, right? The
Yeah.
score
Agree.
jumped up so fast and I think most people would probably downgrade them further. I think that's a mistake, but we'll see.
We will see. Okay.
The second one is San Francisco, Jacksonville.
Okay. Let's see if I can guess here. Um.
I got the spread at 3 in favor of San Francisco.
Yeah,
That's the official spread that I've got. Yeah.
I think you probably have the value. I'd say you have. Ooh, I don't know. This game's in San Francisco,
Yep.
so really, I'm asking myself: do you have San Francisco better than Jacksonville by a point or two? And I would say you probably do. So I think your value is on San Francisco.
It is. Yep.
Okay.
I've got the implied spread at 5.75 here.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
2.75 better. That Jacksonville game, I think, was pretty fraudulent.
Yeah.
There was a lot of fraud committed last week, and that was definitely one of them. Jacksonville is what is their record? Are they 3-0, 2-1?
No, Colts are the only 3-0 team. Who did Jacksonville lose to, though? I've already, only 3 games of the season.
Oh,
I can tell you.
They lost against Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah. And was last week fraudulent, or do you say that in the sense that they should not have won, or that Houston is actually bad? Or both?
Oh, Both? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think both are true in this case.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
by by correlation here, like I think Jacksonville's also bad. Like I think they're
Yeah.
gonna get destroyed this week. I
Yeah.
think they're gonna get absolutely smashed.
Well, I'll pause you because I do want a victory lap, and I wish Corey were on here tonight. You and I both said Houston fraudulent coming into the season. We thought a
Yeah.
great bet was 50% they will not win the division. I don't think we were quite sure who would emerge as the division victor, but I think we liked the chances of Jacksonville, Tennessee, and Indy. We said high variance, so
Yeah.
either I think I said 14 wins or 6 wins. They're probably going to end up at 11 or 10, I'm sure, and win the division. But
They're hot right now.
little
So many
victory
good
lap
things to
there.
talk about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the Manning cast little clip with Daniel Jones when he joined?
Yes, of course. What is going on, man? Was he
Eli is
distracted?
such a
Like, I
oh
don't know. That was weird.
Eli's like, yeah, so I know it's a short time since you've been in Indy, but I think it's safe to say that you're the best quarterback that Indianapolis has ever
Never
had.
had. Yeah. And I don't think Daniel Jones got the joke.
Dude, he's British.
Because he was like, "Oh, it's only been 3 games." I was like, "No, bro, Peyton, hello."
Dude,
It was probably a combination of like being nervous, distracted by the game, and prepping for next week, and he's probably
Yeah.
got a little touch of something. So
CTE? No. Oh.
yeah, probably that too.
Oh.
It was so
So
weird. It was an odd interview all around, though.
yeah, it
I
was
gotta say.
really, really funny what he said, and yeah, it went way over Daniel
It
Jones.
was
And
endearing though. Like
Indiana Jones?
it makes me
Indiana Jones?
like British Daniel Jones even more. I feel like that's the problem. The Manning cast did expose our secret.
Man, you know what's funny? Speaking of, so we do this thing where we pick people who are American and we try to spread a rumor that they're British. And I forgot, like I've gone so deep on this joke with Patrick Cantlay, who is American.
You forgot he was
I
American.
forgot, and I was watching the what is it, the
Ryder Cup.
Ryder Cup, and I looked on there. It's like, why the hell is he on the team? Oh,
Your joke has gone too far. But dude, the Daniel
played
Jones
myself,
one
yeah.
works on everyone because everyone's like, you know what? I can't.
never
I
heard
have
him talk.
I'd never heard him talk. So
Yeah, he's
that's
British.
it's so
It's so
perfect. It works in person. In person, it works very well, but over text, like it works pretty well
it's
too.
so funny, man.
People are like, "Wait, really?"
Dude, you said in that was that the that one group chat. You're like, yeah, he's British. You said it as a fact. I love it,
And
man.
Sam was like, "Oh my god, he's
Oh,
British." I was like, "Yeah."
you're like, yes.
Hey, Daniel Jones.
The little things,
Yeah. You know who's not British is Jared Goff. Not
No,
British.
no, not
Nope.
British.
Nope.
But yeah,
Daniel Jones exposed on the Manning cast. Joke's over. We'll
so
find someone else.
my model last week went 8, 7, and 1.
Okay.
I'll take it, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like anyone who tells me like, oh, I was 15 and 1 last week is like the worst better of all time.
Oh, 15 and 1, like on their model? Or what do you mean?
Yes. Yeah. If
Oh,
you have a model that was 15 and 1 last week, your model probably sucks.
yeah. I don't have a current model, but when I had a model, I think I would get more excited when my spread matched the market than I would when my spread was off and I won a bet because of my model.
Spread match the market. What do you mean there?
When my number matched the market, I got more excited
Oh,
than when I bet something that my model said and I won.
I see.
Because
Yeah.
obviously
So
I don't have that model anymore, so it clearly wasn't winning at 53%. So,
yeah. So you're saying like the open market drove you, or your model led you, showed an edge opening, and by the time it closed, it matched.
yes, when I could match
Okay.
a closing line, like
Yeah.
your model is perfect. Your model is not perfect when you show a difference in every game. Your model's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I mean,
Yeah. There's so much. It's so hard doing this.
well, and that's why it's so important to bet opening numbers, because if you just do an activity when the line's open, write them down, and then write them down at kickoff on Sunday, look at the difference. If you
Hmm.
can match the closing number, you're going to make money if you bet the opening number.
Yep. What's your favorite sports book?
My favorite sports book? Well, it's not legal here in Missouri, but when I travel to other
Oh,
states,
I'm
I don't
kidding.
know,
I'm
man.
kidding.
Oh,
The
I
one that
must
gives the best
say,
line.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the answer.
for sure. But we already talked about this on the live last week, but Fanatics, I'm obsessed with this company right now. I think their
They're
sports book,
they're
they're doing
fun,
everything
man.
right. Their
Yeah.
UI is as good or better than DraftKings and FanDuel.
I think they might have the best UI. Yeah.
I've never had it be buggy and like slow down. DraftKings does that for me a lot. FanDuel doesn't. I think FanDuel is smooth, but you get rewards on Fanatics that you can use, as Stephan pointed out last week, to purchase boosts, or as we call them, boosties.
Boosties.
Boosties. Or you can use it to buy stuff like
Merch.
jerseys,
Yeah.
hats,
Yeah.
merch. Thank you. Thank you. And I think just tying in betting with the entire NFL experience is the future, and Fanatics is positioned well to do that because they're in the gambling space, they're in the merch space. I don't know. They do I think they do like experiences too. So anyway, love Fanatics. Not
Agreed.
always the best
Agreed.
lines, but sometimes. I
Yeah,
hope
they've got a
they
lot of good like single bet boosts too. Where like a lot of these other companies like Bet365 have almost solely gone to parlay boosts.
yeah.
And I mean, it's smart on them to do that. That's where the money's at. But
That's what I would do.
yeah, I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna click any pre-made parlay almost ever.
Yeah. I've gone through the effort of checking them. So if you see those pre-made parlays, make sure you check them against at least one
It's a
other
good idea.
book.
Yeah.
And very rarely, but occasionally, it's like huge value, and you got to take that, obviously.
But yeah, like I think Fanatics last week had James Cook anytime touchdown down from minus 180 to plus 100. I mean, you got to take it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Those
Yeah,
you have to
it's like
take
a
every buck.
no-brainer.
You're limited to like $10, but $10 is $10, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then, so even if you're not into betting, download the regular Fanatics app, make an account. They have infinite free contests, college football, pro football. I'm assuming they do it with other sports too, but you can go in and pick, you have to pick 9 players to score a touchdown. If you win, you win basically just gift cards to their website. So just download the Fnatic. It's fun. They have fun
Oh,
games
I
where
haven't
you're
done that.
predicting what happens in games. Yeah, yeah. I haven't
Okay.
won. I haven't won yet, but I love playing their little games. I'll
Yeah.
win once this year, maybe.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, Fanatics,
So
not a sponsor of this podcast at this time. One day will
not
be,
not
but
yet. Yeah.
great. I
We'll
love
get
what they're
there.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's an ad for Tri-State Waterworks.
Shout out Corey.
Kidding. All right. So
All
going
right.
back to Indy, I know last
Yes.
week you were really wanting to talk about how there might be an opportunity to bet against them. What is your take after week 3? Are you still on that train? Or are you starting to um, believe some of the hype?
So long term, I'm believing some of the hype. I think they're going to win the AFC South. They're going to make the playoffs. I'm not believing the current hype. So I think if we look at their price against the Rams, I haven't checked today, Stephan. Maybe you have, but the spread was 3.5 Rams at home against the Colts this coming week, and that was the line. I think mid game when both the Rams and Colts were playing.
Okay.
And that's when I texted the group. I said, this has gone too far. We have to bet the Rams minus 3.5. The game's ended Sunday night. It got all the way up to 5.5. I think when I looked yesterday, it was back down to 3.5. So Rams at home,
Yeah.
minus 3.5 versus the Colts. I think that's a step too far. Assume the Rams have a 2-point home field advantage. We're saying they're 1.5 points better on a neutral.
No.
No,
Not
1 point.
2-point home field. They've
1 point.
got one of the worst home field advantages historically,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, but I don't know how many Colts fans are in LA and will be there for the game. I think when the Rams play a team like the Packers at home, it's like basically no home field,
That is
right?
fair. That is fair.
And I could be wrong about. So let's call it no. Let's call it neutral. Do we think the Rams are 3.5 points better than the Colts? I'm not a believer for a couple reasons. Daniel Jones, yeah, he was on a bad team, but elite quarterbacks still make something happen regardless. So I think he's played above average so far. The Colts lack a number 1 receiver. I think they have a bunch of number 2s. I think they're very well rounded. Tyler Warren, to be determined. I could change my mind. I understand he's a tight end, but he could serve the role as a Travis Kelce if he develops into that. But yeah, they have Jonathan Taylor. Awesome. Defense, I think, is still TBD. So I don't see them being this close to the Rams.
And so the Colts played Miami, they played Denver,
Yep.
and they played Tennessee.
Yep.
So if
And
which ones are what's the closest to Rams? Clearly Denver, right? But
yes, clearly, but I also think
Denver
Denver.
won
Yep.
by 1 point, luckily. Or no, sorry, Denver lost by 1 point, luckily.
Yep.
Right? They got extremely fortunate to win that. Yeah, I think it's a really good play to bet the Rams here.
Yeah, and I think Denver's on the downtrend in my eyes, and I think many bettors' eyes, like compared to preseason expectations.
No.
Stephan says no.
Oh, it's time to buy them.
Okay. From the preseason or from last week or 2 weeks ago?
All of the above. If you look at their plays and how close they were, they should definitely be at least 2-1. They're a good team, and they're gonna pop. They're gonna pop.
All right, so that's a plus for the Colts, right? But they won that game at home. They beat the Titans. I mean, we can't say much about that at this point. It was expected. Great performance, though. And then week 1 was – who was week 1? Miami, obviously. Yeah.
Miami.
So I feel like, in my opinion, all 3 of those teams have not met expectations. Denver, let's say they have, but the other 2, obviously.
I don't think
no horrible situation.
any of the three have. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
And it's not to say
after
that the Indianapolis is playing bad. I think
no.
are
They're
playing well against teams that are not nearly as good as the Rams.
yeah, and I think they played above what they will the rest of the year. So
Maybe. Let's see. Rams.
no, I think they peaked is my
Oh,
point. Yeah.
yeah.
Like I don't see the Colts getting better from here, regardless of opponent, right? If they played let's say they play the Broncos every week the rest of the year, they're going to lose more than half of those games.
So their schedule, they got the Rams, they've got Vegas, Arizona Cardinals, Chargers, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Kansas City, Houston, Jacksonville, Seattle, San Francisco, Jacksonville, Houston. That's
Yeah.
the Colts schedule. I love that.
I mean, they're in the playoffs for sure.
Yeah, there's no way that they're not.
Nope.
Barring a big injury, right?
I love the no ways or impossible.
Yeah.
Barring a big injury, though, I think that's where the Colts are at an advantage.
Because they get Richardson in?
So let's just ignore the quarterback. We'll talk about these in two separate conversations. Let's talk about non-quarterback. I think, as I said, I think the Colts pass catchers, there's no solid number one. If it's like the Packers in my mind, they could lose someone and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of number 2s and 3s, and they can all make it happen. On defense, I don't think losing one guy ruins their season, as that's the case for most defenses. Now let's talk quarterback. That's, I think, a tough situation for the Colts. It's a very different conversation than any other team, right?
Yeah. I've seen that's the biggest difference this season, right? They do have Warren, which is nice, but the clear difference has been having Daniel Jones.
Yep. But I mean, they also haven't had Richardson for half of his career, and they've had other quarterbacks, and they haven't done what they've done with Daniel Jones. So I don't know if this is an indictment on Richardson, as it is. Daniel Jones is just playing really well. So I guess if Daniel Jones gets injured tomorrow, do you still think the Colts win the division?
Maybe, maybe not.
So
I mean, we've seen the variance that we've seen with Richardson. I think you have to answer that way because you've seen some games where he's put up 360 yards with like 15 passes. Some games where he's 70 yards, right?
Yeah. So with Daniel Jones, given what we've seen, the range of outcomes for wins is, what would you say, 9 to 12? 9 to 13? 10 to 12?
Yeah, given that they've already won 3 and looking at their schedule, like there's a lot of soft teams that they play.
So if Richardson came in next week or this weekend and started, given the Colts have already won 3 games, what would you put the range at?
$7 to $16. I don't know. It's going to be a big range, right?
It is a huge range, yeah. And 7 wins with 18 games probably won't get it done in the division. I think you need 8 is the minimum, I'd guess. 9, maybe.
Yeah, 9. You need 9.
Yeah. Because it used to be with 16 games, you could get in with a 500 record. You could win the division. Yeah. I think you need 9 now. You're right.
Yeah. Switching topics, if you don't mind.
Yes.
One other thing that I think we really have to talk through is Kansas City.
Yeah.
I hate to say I called it, but they're looking pretty bad. What are they? 2-1 or sorry, 1-2.
They are 1-2.
And we have a really fun matchup this week that you're going to watch live.
Yes, sir.
2 1-2 teams. So one of those teams are almost definitely going to be 1-3 unless there's a tie. So what's your take on that game? What's your take on Kansas City as a team? You think they'll bounce back? You think they've had the opposite end of all the luck that they had last season? They're just getting extremely unlucky, and they're actually a pretty solid team, or are the wheels starting to fall off? Where are you at with them?
I don't think the wheels are starting to fall off.
Because they've already fallen off. Yes.
I think the Chiefs have gotten to a point, not that they don't care about winning every game, but going down 1-2 at this point of the season isn't a huge deal. I think to them, yeah, they have the Ravens, but they're at home. I mean, this is a typical Patrick Mahomes like comeback spot. I think the Chiefs are going to come out and try to prove a point here. I don't know. I really don't know how to answer this question. I do think the Ravens will struggle. They're in the middle of a very, very tough schedule. If you want to pull up the Ravens schedule, obviously they're coming off of Monday night with the Lions.
Okay.
They've got the Chiefs here, and I think the next 5 weeks are pretty brutal for them.
So Baltimore, the next few weeks. Games. Oh. Yeah. Kansas City this week. Houston the week after. Rams. Chicago. Miami. Minnesota. Cleveland. New Jersey. Jets. Cincinnati. Pittsburgh. Cincinnati. New England.
Well, never mind.
Yeah, they're
this
gonna be
sounds
fine.
very easy. Yeah, I think that schedule would have been much tougher had we talked about it at the beginning of the season. But
yeah.
So every time the Chiefs in their last 3 Super Bowls, I think twice they got to 14-1 to win the Super Bowl at one point in that season, and I bet them both times they got to 14-1. One of those seasons was the Mahomes injury. I think I was sitting in your living room when I saw the Chiefs 14-1 and I hit it. That was a nice win. But they are, I think, 13-1 today. And I think regardless of what happens on Sunday, you look to bet the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl because you can never count them out.
13-1 right now?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Missing their top 2 wide receivers.
Yeah.
So this weekend, I don't know, especially after watching the Ravens on Monday night, like I wouldn't be surprised if either team blew the other team out or if this went to overtime or if this tied. Love to see a tie.
Kansas City on FanDuel is plus 1,400 to win the Super Bowl.
Ooh, they are at 14-1.
Mm-hmm.
Should I take it? I did bet the Chiefs plus 3. I think that number's still out there.
Okay.
I think it dipped to 2.5 right before the Ravens game.
Yeah.
Somehow
you
after
got
the
3?
Game, yeah. Are you seeing 2.5?
I've only seen 2.5.
Yeah.
And they're minus 220 to make the playoffs.
I bet 3 prior to the Monday night game, so that's probably why. I bet it went down after the Ravens lost.
Trying to see who I've got in my power ratings. I've got Kansas City. Yeah, I've got plus 1.25. So a little bit of an edge there.
I mean, the Chiefs were. Let's call it a coin flip from beating the Eagles, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then they
Yeah,
lost
I
to
have
the
the
Chargers
Eagles.
in where the hell they were, Brazil.
Yeah, I had the Eagles too high for sure. But you can't argue with what they did the second half. Like a tremendous amount of luck, but God,
Oh yeah,
AJ Brown is so good.
yeah, and
And
yep.
yeah, they've got such a good core.
I think they're better than the Chiefs, and they likely will be entering the playoffs still. But I mean, I take Patrick Mahomes over the entire Eagles roster. So
Well, in case in point, he made Mahomes made the one of the most terrible plays and best plays I've ever seen him do in the same play, where he just threw the ball backwards.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
so
And then he
terrible.
forced a fumble.
And he just ran over and just took it right out of the guy's hands. And
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was wild, man.
that was that was insane.
I
So
don't know.
speaking of the Chiefs, man, we got to get a Taylor Swift update here. My Taylor Swift
Oh,
bet.
did you let everyone know your bet here?
Yes, I did. So I've been betting Taylor Swift to not play the halftime of the Super Bowl. Um, I've hit it several times. Let me see if I can pull that up. I'm trying to pull up all the bets I've made on it. Here we go. So I've been betting no because I do not think she's going to play the Super Bowl. So I'm basically betting the field versus Taylor Swift. So I bought it. I started buying it September 1st. 51% chance she will not play. Then I bet it at 53%. Then I bet it at 54%. Then I bet it at 57%. It's now at 70%. So we're looking good. She is
Yeah.
no longer the favorite to play the Super Bowl. I believe it's Adele.
Metallica? Okay.
No, Adele is
Adele.
38%. But you search this on Twitter, there's just random accounts reporting news like, oh, Post Malone in talks to play the Super. So I think people are like trying to move the market, but people move up and down, except for Taylor, all the time. So there's definitely money in this. This is on Kalshi.
Yeah. I hate the payout structure where you have to wait so long to get the win.
Well, yeah, you do, but you can sell your shares too.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's a market, right? So I could
Yeah.
sell Taylor right now, but I'm going to keep holding. I think I'm going to hold until someone's announced. But yeah, feeling pretty good about that one. All right, Stefan, what are your plans for watching football this weekend? Any games
Mm.
you have to watch?
Oh, I'm interested in the Cleveland Detroit game. Cleveland's
Yeah,
defense is wildly good. Like if they did that well against Green Bay, um, I'm really
yeah,
interested to see what they look like this week against Detroit. Because I think Green Bay. Well, we saw Week 1. Green Bay smashed Detroit. It'll be interesting to see how this one goes. Like, what if Cleveland wins straight up? How wild would that be after the Detroit win on Monday night, right?
yeah,
um, Also, I'm really, really interested in. I'm so disappointed in Dallas. I think I have to just attack Green Bay here. Um, I think I'm going to do a lot of player prop bets because they were just stifled against the Browns, and now they get the easiest defense in the league. Maybe like
yeah.
I think that's going to be really interesting to see.
Is that a Sunday afternoon or 4 o'clock game?
I don't know. I don't have the
I
times in front of
think
me.
it is. I think it
We get
is.
9 a.m. game, which is
We
always
do.
fun. Next 4 weeks.
Oh,
Uh,
really? I didn't know that. That's
I think
great.
it's the next
That's great
four
news.
weeks. Yeah.
It should be
Um,
every week of the season except week 18. Do you agree?
yes.
We can leave
Selfishly,
out we can leave out week 1 and week 18, but
that's
2 through
fine.
17.
I'm
Yeah.
yes. Um, I eh, I'm interested in seeing what Seattle does. I've got a lot of stock in
Mhm.
Seattle,
Mhm.
so kind of curious at how that one shapes up. Um, of course, this Cincinnati Denver game will be interesting. Kansas City Baltimore, I'm really interested to see how that one shapes up. Um, yeah, there's a lot of good games out there. What about you?
I mean, Cincinnati, Baltimore, but I feel like I have the perfect weekend set up in Kansas City Saturday. Some great college games. We got Ryder Cup going on Sunday morning. Wake up to the NFL. Uh, I'll obviously be on Central Time, so 8:30. I don't know what we're gonna do before the game. That's kind of the tough part about a 3:30 Central game is the noon games. Do you go to a bar to watch them? Do you miss the tailgate? Like, what do you
Uh,
do? Arrowhead is not right downtown. You have to transport to there.
oh,
So I don't know. I'm kind of maybe we watch the first half of the early games downtown, and then we head to the tailgate lot. So
yeah, probably a good strategy.
obviously, just excited to take in a bunch of football this weekend. But you mentioned Seattle Thursday night game. One thing I'm going to be watched for. This is tomorrow, since we're not going to be live. I am going to have my live odds screen,
Okay.
and I'm going to be waiting until the end of the game, and I'm going to be looking at live player props. And I think we picked up on this 2 weeks ago, Stefan. End of game, if a team is behind, bet the under on the running back rush yards who is never in for pass plays. So I want to do a deeper dive, but I already looked at Seattle. I don't know if Charbonnet is playing. I think he's questionable still. But if he plays, he has not caught one pass this year.
Good to know.
So if we get to the end of the game, Seattle, less than 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Seattle has the ball, still within striking distance. You look to live bet Charbonnet under rush yards because he will likely
Yeah,
not be in the game.
love it. Yeah, that's a good take.
I want to look at the
We
Arizona side and just really zone in on like end game player props live because I don't think they get adjusted for game state.
don't bet on Connor.
Okay, I don't think that bet will be available, but
Too soon.
too soon. Too soon. All right, so to summarize your model, your two biggest values were on the Saints and the 49ers against the spread. Did you bet
Yep.
those? Will you bet those?
I haven't bet them yet. I'm not sure if I'll bet the Buffalo one. I will likely bet the San Francisco one. There's
Mm-hmm.
the model. I got it going. Uh, I should say I caught it up last week, and
Yep.
there's a lot of hesitation on doing any actions on that because there's just so much implicit bias knowing week 1, week 2, and having to objectively assess the games and make your movement, your line movements, right? So this is really the first week that I'm seeing numbers to take action on, and makes you a little nervous. So last week,
Yeah.
my biggest opportunity, it showed me to be all over Carolina, and I did bet that. Thank God, because that was a blowout,
Yes,
right?
saved your week.
So
Yeah.
yeah. But I was like, oh, this is nasty. Like this model actually has me taking the money line, and like that is extreme.
Yeah.
So I'll just bet the spread. So I might have just convinced myself to bet New Orleans here.
I think I'm going to bet New Orleans and San Francisco.
I like it.
Get the breast. Get the best
Oh,
price in market. Also get the breast. All right. So before we sign off, Survivor update.
okay.
You did not take the Packers, so you're still alive. Looking
Yep.
good. Yep.
Yep.
Give us an
I'm in
update on your
3
big
Survivor
four.
leagues. 2 of them are big market. Well, one of them's very big market. The other one is medium market, I guess. The McKinley League, that's like what, 57 people. I took Kansas City in both of those, and I took Seattle in the small league. It's like 10 people. So I'm feeling all right.
Yep. And you lost what, 25, 30% of people in your big league from the Packers. Yeah.
Yep. Bet online, Millie Maker. Yeah, they've lost about a third of the people. So it's
Awesome.
great. Yeah.
My big Survivor League is only half the payout of Stefan's. Half $500,000.
You didn't do the Millie?
No, I did a different one on I forget the name of it. Splash Sports. Yeah. It's
Never heard
it's
of that.
$50 buy-in, $500,000 prize. We have 70% of entrants left. So I think 28% were lost last week to the Packers. I also took the Seahawks.
Love that for you.
It's exciting until until we're out.
Yeah. Are you
But
gonna
I
go
will
chalk?
note you and I back-to-back perfect seasons.
Oh, well, I didn't have a perfect season, but I did win.
Oh, back-to-back winners.
Yeah. You had a perfect season.
I did have a perfect, and
That's
guess how many
incredible.
Survivor pools I was entered in?
Just the one, right?
Yeah,
But
that's
that
horrible.
one.
Horrible.
But I love the concept of like ruining people's postseason, because this league, um, when the Survivor
Yeah.
League stops, then all the money that would be paid out goes into postseason, and you just ruin that whole league, and
I
that's
took
got to be
all
like
the money.
such joy. Like that's awesome. Oh, it's
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah. That is
So
funny.
what's are you going chalk this week, or you gonna take
I don't even know. I
Buffalo?
don't have a strategy. Give me
Yeah.
what you're thinking right
I
now.
don't know what I'm thinking.
Oh no. Um
So let's see. Look at the spread. Detroit. I'm not taking Detroit. I can tell you that.
no chance.
I'm not
No
messing with
chance.
that after last week.
Yep.
Houston. I'm not doing that one. Green Bay against Dallas. Interesting. Denver 7.5 against Cincinnati. But yeah, the big one is Buffalo, 16.5.
What about the Chargers?
The Chargers, yeah, 6.5.
Buffalo, Houston. I mean, you
I
have,
feel like you have to go Buffalo, right?
yeah, and if you look, so the difference between Buffalo winning and say Detroit may only be 10% this week, but if you add that up over an entire season, it's like because you have to multiply them, right? It's like 7,000% better if you if you take the minus 14.5
I
versus
have
the
no
minus
idea what you're
9.5.
saying. What?
So think of it like a parlay, right?
Okay.
So just in this singular week, if you took Buffalo instead of taking Detroit, your odds are a little better, right? Like
Yeah.
10%, let's call it. But if you make those decisions over an entire season, like that's the difference between getting eliminated and not getting eliminated.
Okay.
So think about parlaying Buffalo minus
Because
15
to
10
win,
times.
like the mind shift here is to win a Survivor League is essentially taking a parlay bet where you take week 1 and week 2 and week 3
Yep.
and so
Yep.
on, right? Okay, I see what
Yep.
you're saying. Yeah, so
But
if
the
you were to
problem with
take
that
this path,
thinking,
yeah, I see. Yeah, so let me finish this out real quick. So if you were to
yeah.
take one bet where one of your picks was Buffalo, and then another bet where one of your picks was Detroit, let's say, the odds would be very different
Yes.
because it compounds so much. Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's two things that fly in the face of that. One is ownership, right? Everyone's going to take Buffalo this week. So you have to be different at some point. It's like winning the lottery. You don't want to split with 20 people. You want to win by yourself. And to win the lottery by yourself, you can't, like they always say, when you play the lottery, don't play single digit numbers because everyone picks those numbers. So you have a higher chance of splitting the lottery, which is the same thing in Survivor. If you take the common path, you're going to split with 100 people.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You want to win it solo.
But you also want to make it.
Yeah. And the second thing, so the first is ownership. The second is you can only take each team once.
Yeah.
I personally don't like planning ahead. I do like going against what everyone else is taking.
Yes, I have been trying to pick stronger favorites that aren't the lead, where you can get kind of the best of both sides of that coin.
Yep.
But I'm trying to make it a point to not take the heavy favorite. But the difference between 16.5 and 9 is still like, yeah, 10, 15, 20% is a lot in NFL.
Yeah. Now the game within the game, Survivor is getting more and more popular, and more people know how to play it now.
Yeah.
So will Buffalo be criminally underowned because people are thinking, oh, can't take them because everyone will own them. Like if you can figure out what percentage ownership is worth the trade-off, you're going to be good.
Yeah, and a lot of these are showing percent picks too, which is nice.
Yes, that is nice.
So, yeah, a lot to unlock. I hope you win a $500,000 and I win.
I hope you win a milli. Yeah,
and it won't be just a $500,000 and a mil to us. It'll be chopped a lot of different ways, I'm sure. But
probably. But maybe we'll be able to afford like a fancy background on this YouTube video.
$10. That's all I got.
I split with 100,000 people. All right, Stephan. Well, thanks for the plays on the Saints and 49ers. I'm confident they are both going to win. Let's have a great week, and we'll talk to everybody next week.
This is fun. Yeah, good chatting.
All right. See ya.
See ya.